Okay, so for question 2, you are basically asked to factorize. So there are many methods to do this, but the exam specifically asks you to factorize. So to do this, what you have to do is, if you notice, the a constant is not a 1, so you need to use a method called what we use a times c first. So step 1, in order to do this, you need to take, this is your a, this is your b, this is your c, do a times c. So that will give you 60. So then what you need to do is to find out as many numbers that will times to make 60. Okay, so so 1 times 60, 2 times 30, and what else? 3 times 20, 5 times 12, any more? 6 times 10. Okay. Alternatively, you could have all of this being minus minus plus minus minus for all of them. Yeah, because that would also give you a 60. So there's also minus 1 times minus 60, etc. However, what then you need to do, so let's say I put them all in. Then what you need to do is to find which of those combination, if they add together, will give you your b, which is minus 16. Okay, so if you plus 1 and 60 together, you're going to get 61, but that's not going to give you minus 16. So you will know that this is your answer. Minus 6 plus minus 10 is your minus 16. Okay, so immediately what you do is you write out your equations, but instead of writing minus 16t, you write minus 6t minus 10t plus 10 equal to 0. Okay, so we call this the decomposition. So you decompose it. Okay, the next bit, which I mentioned in lessons, is that you split the middle. You have the first 2 terms to factorize and the last 2 terms to factorize. Now, what do they have in common? Well, they both have a t and a 6, so you can bring the 6t out. 6t times t is 6t squared. 6t times minus 1 is going to give you minus 16. Now you factorize this side. They both have a 10, so you bring the 10 out, which happens, I'm going to put minus, I'm going to put a positive 10. So 10 times what give you minus 10t? Well, minus, I should be using, let's do that again, minus 10. So then minus 10 times something give you minus 10t, the answer is t. Minus 10 times what give you plus 10? Minus 1. Now, if you do this right, that's why I hesitated, is that both of the bracket are the same. It will always be the same, okay? If you don't, then you just have to manipulate some of your sign, okay? But you must make sure both brackets are the same. So what I do now is, this is the last bit, they both have a t minus 1, so I factorize it again, and then I say, well, they both have t minus 1, bring them out of a bracket. So t minus 1 times 6t, and t minus 1 times minus 10. That equal to 0. So now I can find what t is. What must t be in order to make this bracket 0? T must equal to 1. Yeah, plus 1. Because if that is 1, 1 minus 1 is 0. So 0 times anything is going to be 0. So the next thing I'm going to ask you is, what do I need to make 6t become? 6t. No, 6t needs to be what in order to minus 10 to make 0? 6t needs to be 10, yeah. So 6t needs to be 10. So t must equal to 10 over 6, which is
1.6.
Yeah, 5 over 3, yeah, 1.6 recurring, isn't it? Yeah. So then my answer for my 2 times would be 1 second. And also 1.6 recurring seconds. Done. That's my work.